a lot of guys came back. I feel like a lot of our team is guys who have a bunch of experience, and that's something that, like I said, it's in the back of our heads, so we know, like, all right, whatever we did last year, we have to do that much more this year to get to where we want to be, and that's something that's a motivating factor for us.
I mean, do you guys need a game like that to focus on, or is it something you guys can do internally to be ready? I mean, 4 straight Big Ten titles, it seems like at some point there could be some complacency setting in, but it doesn't seem you guys are that way.
Coaches don't allow that. If the second week complacent, we get a coach give us a super hard workout, or we get a super hard practice. There's never any complacency.
And do you have to teach kind of the young guys, especially maybe guys that were highly recruited, come in and kind of expect this is just going to happen? Do the older guys have to, prove you got to work for it?
That's all on the coaches, really. We've been through it already. We know as freshmen have it the hardest at Ohio State because they don't know. They come in as the best player, and then for the first time ever in their lives, they're one of the worst people on the team. And that's something it's just growing pains of being a freshman. Everybody's gone through it, and that's something that we definitely help them along with it. We've more helped them out than anything. Try to show them the way and be there when they feel like dang, like nothing's going right. Like it happens. Like I was the same way. Like he was the same way. Everybody in the locker room had that feeling at some point. Like it's normal. You're gonna get through it. You're gonna overcome it. You're gonna be a great player here someday. It's just gonna take time.
Zach, there's kind of an idea out there among fans more than you guys, I think, that maybe you guys don't need to take the Michigan game as seriously now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk yesterday about how they're now ramping up their focus on it. Mm-hmm. Is it harder to stay focused on that game for you guys?
No. We live it every day. So when you live something every day and it's always in your mind, you think about it every single day, there's no way you can be complacent with it because that's our first goal. Our number one goal in the season is to be the team of the North. Nothing else happens after the season unless we be the team of the North. So that's goal number one.
Zach, we didn't hear Tim Harbaugh and Michigan players say that they're going to start emphasizing the line a little bit more.
I mean, like I said, we live it every day, so nothing changes on our side. We're going to do the same things we've been doing, respect the rivalry by playing as hard as we can on Saturday when we play them.
Does it surprise you, or did it surprise you to hear that maybe they didn't take that game with the same level of anticipation and attention that you guys did?
I mean, I don't really know. I'm not over there. I don't know how serious they take it. I just know about Ohio State and what we do in our locker room.
You talked about you weren't really an Ohio State fan or a Michigan fan. Did you root for anybody in college football growing up?
I just like watching good ball. So like the best games I would always try to tune into, like the college game day games, the primetime games. I was always trying to tune in just to watch competitive football.
But since you're from Columbus, you kind of knew what it was, what the rivalry was. Really?
I mean, growing up in Columbus, I obviously knew there was no love between Ohio State and Michigan. Like I've known that since first grade. Yeah. Kids with Michigan lunchboxes in the hallway would get funny looks even at that level. Mm. So I definitely knew the intensity of the rivalry, but I didn't know how serious Ohio State took it until I got there. And now I know that you live it and you compete every day to respect it, like I said, by playing hard against them.
You tired of hearing time for war yet?
Nah, that's the answer.
What was on your lunchbox in first grade?
My first grade lunchbox? I used to buy my lunch, so I didn't have a lunchbox.
Zach, when a team is as successful as yours has been in this conference over time, players and coaches will often say, we're the big games for everybody. Is there any way that you can see that? Can you feel that when you go out and play Indiana or whatever? Is there any way that you can tell that game means a little more to them and you have to have your edge up as well?
That's how we come into every single game. We come into every game knowing that we're the target. We're circled on everybody's calendar. Everybody wants to come take us out, and we know that. So every game we know that there's no room for coming in thinking this team is sweet or this team is bad. Like we have to respect every opponent because they have the utmost respect for us, and it's only fair to respect them just as much.
When you were being recruited, was being a part of something that successful important to you?
What do you mean, like
it's already a great program. If I go there, one, they can make me better, and two, I can help keep it great. Is that?
Yeah, most definitely. I wanted to go to a good program where where there's a bunch of competitors there, and they would force me to improve, and I'd get the best out of myself.
Zach, how big was it to get Thayer back? Not only just because he's a good player, but like the commitment he's shown to this team and back to the
Yeah, there's an example of the process. You know, Thayer came in and he wasn't a highly recruited guy, and now look at him, he's one of the best tackles in the country. That's testimony right there to what Ohio State can do for you. And on the field, he's a tough tackle to go against. I go against him every single day, so I would know better than anybody else. There's legit.
What makes him so good?
He's athletic. He's big, but he's athletic, and he's strong, and he's got really long arms, and that's something that helps as an O-lineman. They'll be able to reach you before you can get to them. It's such an advantage.
Who wins in those battles?
We go like 51-49. I'm obviously 51.
Coaches talk, Coach Day, others, talk to Johnson. Got a different look to this spring. Is that true? Why is that? Where did that come from? It's just a matter of, okay, it's the third year at this time.
Pretty much it's just that. It's my third year, you know. I gotta improve. I gotta, you know. And Coach Mick always says that if you give 100% to the program is going to help you in ways you won't even know. So one day I literally was laying on my bed. I was like, you know what, Zach? First workout's tomorrow. I'm just going to give everything I have to Ohio State this year. I'm going to pour my heart out for the Buckeyes and see where it takes me. And so far, I've changed my body. You know, I feel like I've improved mentally and as a leader, and hopefully I get to carry that onto the field.
You've certainly shown glimpses, your athleticism. Do you feel like, I have so much more to do?
I still don't feel like I've reached my mountaintop, my peak yet. I definitely feel like I've got improvements to make, and I'm trying to make those improvements every day as we speak.
How much the standard is so high?